Welcome back to Rugby Obsession, the podcast for all you rugby fanatics out there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our deep dives
That's right.
into the heart of the rugby world.
Absolutely.
Today we are breaking down Ireland's victory over Scotland in the Six Nations, 32-18.
Yeah.
I mean, what a game.
Oh, it was an impressive performance.
It really has got everyone buzzing, wondering if this was just another win or a real statement win for Ireland.
Right.
I mean, does this put them on the road to a historic three-peat?
Possibly. Yeah.
Let's discuss.
Let's get into it.
Now, I think for me, it wasn't just the scoreline that was so impressive,
Right.
but the way they played, the way they won.
Yeah. The manner in which they won the game was very, very impressive.
It was.
You think back to their first match against England,
Mhm.
and it was a bit of a slow start, wasn't it?
Yes.
A little bit cagey, but this time around,
Yeah.
it was just intensity from the first whistle,
Right from the get-go.
from minute one.
Yeah, it was like watching a different team out there.
And I think Robbie Henshaw's drive
Yeah.
early in the game really set the tone for that, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely it did. And it targeted a weakness in Scotland's defense straight away.
Yeah.
Put them on the back foot. And from there, it felt like they were always reacting to Ireland. They weren't dictating the pace at all.
Yeah, I think tactically it was a very, very good move from Ireland.
And then there were those decisions to go for tries instead of penalty kicks.
Yeah.
I mean, time and time again, I have to admit, I was holding my breath
Uh-huh.
a few times, thinking, just take the points. But they didn't, and it paid off big time.
Uh-huh.
What was your take on that? What do you think their thinking was there?
I think it's just a sign of a team that's brimming with confidence.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to back themselves.
Mhm.
And going for the try, yes, it's a higher risk strategy, but the rewards are huge.
Points.
5 points rather than 3 points.
It's a statement.
It's the momentum, the
Absolutely.
psychological impact it has on your opponents.
Yeah.
If you're Scotland, you're thinking, these guys are going to score from anywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I think Andy Farrell's influence is on this team.
Yeah.
He's shaping them into a real try-scoring machine.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of tries, we have to mention Calvin Nash coming in as a late replacement for Mac Hansen.
Yeah.
And just slotting in seamlessly, scoring that try.
Yeah, it was a really well-executed move.
What a play.
And for Nash to come in like that, as a late replacement,
Yeah.
into that environment in the Six Nations, perform like that, score a try,
Yeah.
it's got to be such a confidence booster for him.
Oh, absolutely.
And for the team as well, it shows the depth
Yeah.
in the Irish squad.
And they just kept Scotland under pressure that entire game.
Well,
Even when they were held up over the try line a couple of times, they didn't let up.
Yeah.
It was relentless.
that constant pressure,
Yeah.
it forces mistakes.
Yeah.
It creates penalties, turnovers. It really puts the opposition on the back foot, and that's what creates the scoring opportunities.
And, they didn't stop. I felt like they were just wearing Scotland down, like waves against a cliff.
It's a very, very effective style of rugby.
It is. And don't forget, if you're loving this breakdown, you can subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more deep dives into the world of rugby.
That's right.
We'd love for you to join us.
Now, we've talked a lot about how great Ireland was, and it was a phenomenal performance, but we can't talk about that without mentioning Scotland and the challenges they faced right from the start.
Yeah, they lost some key players early on,
They did.
like Finn Russell and Darcy Graham.
Big losses.
It definitely impacted their game.
Huge impact, yeah. Losing someone like Finn Russell,
Yeah.
his creative spark, and then Darcy Graham, his attacking threat. Those are two players that Scotland really rely on for their game plan, and without them,
Yeah.
their attack just lacked that usual bite that it has.
Yeah, it was definitely noticeable. And then there was that yellow card for Duhan van der Merwe.
Yeah.
That was a turning point for sure.
It was to be a man down for 10 minutes
Yeah.
against a team like Ireland when you're already behind on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It makes it so difficult. It really puts you on the back foot.
Yeah, you just have to defend desperately.
And Ireland capitalized on that, absolutely.
They did, although Scotland did manage a bit of a surge in the second half.
They did, yeah.
For a minute there, I thought maybe they were going to be able to claw their way back into it, but Ireland, they shut it down pretty quickly.
Ireland were just too strong on the day.
What did you make of that brief little surge?
I think it was a testament to Scotland's resilience,
Yeah.
They're never going to give up, even when the odds are stacked against them.
Right.
I think they showed real character to be able to put together some good phases of play there to score some points. But ultimately, Ireland were just too good, too clinical on the day.
Yeah, they really were. So where do you think this win puts Ireland in the overall picture of the Six Nations?
I mean, 2 bonus point victories from 2 games.
Yeah,
They're top of the table. They've laid down a real marker
it's hard to argue with that.
for the rest of the tournament.
But we're still early on in the tournament, though.
We are, yeah. There's still a long way to go in the Six Nations.
Plenty more rugby to be played.
Exactly. Ireland, they can't get complacent.
No.
They've got some tough games coming up, and they're going to need to maintain this level of intensity
Yeah.
and focus if they want to go on and achieve that three-peat.
What about Scotland? Where do you think they go from here?
It's going to be tough, especially with the injuries they've got,
Yeah.
but we know they're a quality side.
Yeah.
If they can get their key players back,
Well,
fit, regain a bit of confidence, they can still cause some upsets in this tournament.
for sure. I think they definitely still have that potential. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they adapt and respond to this loss.
Yeah, we'll see how they go in their next game, but for now,
Yeah.
the spotlight is firmly on Ireland.
Absolutely. And don't forget, if you're enjoying this in-depth analysis, you can subscribe to Rugby Obsession to keep up with all the latest insights and discussions.
That's right.
We'd love to have you join our community of rugby enthusiasts.
We would.
So, what are your thoughts on Ireland's performance?
Yeah. What impressed you the most?
Do you think Scotland can bounce back and make a run for the championship?
Yeah, we'd love to hear your opinions.
Head over to our social media pages.
Let us know.
Share your thoughts. Get
Yeah.
involved in the conversation. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the Six Nations, it's famous for its unpredictability.
Hmm.
You just never know what's going to happen.
Any given Sunday, right?
It really is. And Scotland has the players. They have the talent
They do.
to turn things around.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be really interesting to see how they respond. It's what makes it so exciting. So Ireland looking very strong, but it's early days. Yet we've got a lot more rugby to watch
A lot more rugby to be played.
and a lot more to break down and analyze.
We'll see how the rest of the tournament unfolds.
Absolutely. And if you want to stay up to date on all of it, the best way is to subscribe to Rugby Obsession.
That's right.
That way you'll never miss an episode.
Keep up with all the latest.
The in-depth analysis.
The lively discussions.
You know, we're all about it.
We are.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Ireland's victory over Scotland.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll be back very soon with another episode,
It's right.
breaking down more action, analyzing those key talking points.
Mm.
But until then, keep your eyes on the ball and your ears tuned to Rugby Obsession.
And one final thought for you to ponder.
Ooh, I like it when you do this.
Can anyone stop Ireland from achieving that historic three-peat?
We'll be exploring that and many more questions in our upcoming episodes.
We will indeed.
So until then, see you next time.
See you then.
Thanks for listening to Rugby Obsession.
Bye for now.
We look forward to you joining us for our next episode.